Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. 16 students suspended after brawl at Meadowbrook High, fight reported caused by love triangle. 16 female students of Meadowbrook High School have been suspended following a brawl at the school last Friday, which was caught on video and widely circulated online. The St. Andrew Bay School administrators made the revelation at a staff meeting on Thursday. In a leaked recording of the meeting, the school's vice principal, Lucian Reed, said investigations revealed that the fight was triggered by a love triangle. One of the key things that would have caused the conflict has to do with a relationship gone sour. A lot of what we saw on video originated from that. Persons defending the love or loss of love, another individual, Reed said. According to the school's principal, Kevin Facey, the incident occurred last Friday between 2 p.m. and 2:40 p.m. when 4 fights broke out among the fleeing students. He said the fights were broken up by the limited staff on the compound at the time with the help of 6 formers and some parents. The video of the incident shows a number of female students grabbing, kicking and punching one another as several boys are seen attempting to part the fights. It is the latest in a worrying string of violence incidents in the nation's schools. Last month, a grade 11 student of Kingston Technical High School, Mission Campbell, was stabbed to death by another female student at the school. In June, a 16-year-old student at the Tivoli Gardens High School in Kingston was charged with assaulting a 56-year-old teacher at the institution. Earlier this year, a fight between 2 female students at Mushet High School in Trelawney left one of them nursing stab wounds to the face while the other was taken into police custody. JLP General Secretary describes recent comments by Minister Warmington as unfortunate. General Secretary of the Jamaica Labour Party, Dr. Horace Chang, has described as unfortunate recent statements made by Work Minister Everett Warmington, which has been deemed as racial divisive. The comments in relation to opposition leader Mark Golding suggested that he would never become Prime Minister of Jamaica because of his skin color. The JLP, which held a press conference on Thursday, stated that from inception, the party has involved everyone and that the leadership is clear that the JLP is an inclusive party. Dr. Chung said there is no ethnic division in Jamaica. Mr. Warmington's statement has been condemned by the Private Sector Organization of Jamaica, which said it's disappointed with the comments, adding that there has been no place in the current Jamaica context, now or in the past, as it is inconsistent with the motto out of many one people. The People's National Party, PNP, has expressed disgust at the comments leveled against its leader, stating Mr. Warmington's comments are despicable and in poor taste. The Office of the Political Ombudsman has initiated a probe into the matter.
Not 4 days ago, they want to get to a contentious issue. Jamaica is one of the most tolerant society, inclusive of all political parties. And we have had the participation of all cross-section of the political leadership. The comment is a political comment because I think Mr. Wanda responding to what some comments were made before. It's an unfortunate comment, but there is no way any ethnic divisions in Jamaica in the political arena. In fact, we better at one point it was to make the comment those just contentious, but certainly in one of us where we have a lot of comments like private sector and the other leaders.
Annual JLP conference to cost about $50 million. The staging of the annual conference for the ruling Jamaica Labour Party is expected to cost about $50 million. The 2-day conference is being held under the theme Jamaica Stronger. The private session of the 79th annual conference is scheduled for Saturday, November 12 at the Montego Bay Conventional Center, and the public session will be held on November 20 at the National Arena in Kingston. Conference Chairman Desmond McKenzie said private donors have contributed towards the staging of the event. Meanwhile, nominations for the position of leader and deputy leaders will be put to the delegates at the private session. The delegates will also examine policy directives, among other issues. Several party meetings will be held prior to the conference. Mr. McKenzie said the party has begun mobilizing for a public session, the first since the COVID-19 pandemic. He is warning supporters that the body protrusion from vehicles will not be tolerated. He was speaking at the press conference at the JLP headquarters on Thursday morning.
Conference is expected to cost us around $50 million, and we do enjoy support from the private sector as it relates to donations.
Members of Parliament in that budget put a large portion
Yeah.
of the bill.
Yes.
So it's not $50 million that the JP is giving out to MPs. A lot of MPs would have gone out there over the last couple months and fundraised. And when we look at the cost of transportation, which MPs are going to bear that cost, the cost of refreshments, MPs are going to bear that cost. The cost of the conference is not $50 million coming from the JP, but it's a collective among all the members of parliament. And then when we look at what it will cost the members of parliament and the party, it comes up to that. So as it relates to donors, we have very strong support from persons across the island.
I want to make a few appeal to party supporters who will be attending the conference on the 20th. We are going to have monitors on all the major routes taking party supporters to the conference. And these monitors will have the responsibility to see that there is nobody patrolling, no party supporters riding on the top of buses or hanging out windows. I want to appeal to party supporters that this is not what we want in this our 79th year, and we are going to be working to ensure that that is eliminated.
Jamaican fishermen held in Colombia to return home Friday. 34 Jamaican fishermen who were held in Colombia on allegations of illegal fishing are scheduled to return to the island on Friday, a day earlier than previously announced. Minister of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade Senator Kamina Johnson-Simmet made the revelation in a statement on Thursday. The Jamaican fishermen are expected to arrive in Port Royal at approximately 11 p.m. on Friday, November 11, subject to favorable conditions at sea, the minister said in the statement. The Jamaican and Colombian Coast Guards have agreed to meet at a coordinating point at 8 a.m. tomorrow to allow the transfer of the crew members from the Colombian vessel to the Jamaican vessel. Two representatives of the Passport, Immigration and Citizenship Agency will also be present alongside the JDF to receive the crew, the statement continued. Meanwhile, as it relates to the foreign nationals who are also members of the crew, the minister highlighted that checks have revealed that foreign nationals from the Dominican Republic are legally employed to operate in Jamaica and will therefore be included in the repatriation to Jamaica on Friday. The Honduran and Nicaraguan authorities have been advised of the circumstances of their nationals who have not been able to demonstrate a legal right to work in Jamaica. Minister Johnson-Simmet further explained that the owner of the seized Jamaican vessel has made arrangements for receiving the crew members and transferring them to their respective designations. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and